Roszan Payne was my mother, and she's been missing for 20-something years now. And no one's seen or heard from her since, I guess, '94, so I don't know where she's at.
I do not know what's going on at Lake Tawakoni, but this is the second case that we're going to be working. First one, Carrie Mae Parker, we ended up finding her car, we ended up recovering her, and today we are back for another search looking for Roszan Payne. She went missing in 1994 in a 1989 pea-green Volvo, and she was 37 years old at the time. Born in 1956, same age as my father. She can be my mother.
And in a few minutes, we're going to be meeting and talking with the family in regards to this investigation and how we're going to move forward today.
You know, you were able to find us in the same fashion that, you know, you're allowing other families to potentially find us in the future by sharing your story. And so for that, we really appreciate, you know, your participation in being out here with us today, you know, in looking for your mother and looking for your sister. And so kind of bring us into, you know, as we do the investigation, I mean, we're really going off of the information that we have online. What do we have to go on from there? We understand that she may have been over in Hot Cove staying at a friend's house. We understand that she may have last been seen at the Nook just blocks away. Kind of take it from there as to, you know, bring us into who, you know, who was Roszan? What were her, you know, habits like? Where did she live? You know, what was her, you know, where did she hang out? Who were her friends at the time? And where should we be looking for her today?
Well, she was living with my mom and me at the time. And my mom went and picked her up in Hot Cove from a friend's house.
Yes.
And then brought her back to the house because she wasn't feeling good. And then
She was sick.
stayed there for
several months. So she got feeling real better, and she got a little job, and I don't remember where that was. And then she got feeling real good, and because she got her job, like I said, and then she bought her little car, saved up and bought that, and then she was talking to me about leaving and just going somewhere, maybe up to Michigan, where we're from originally or something. But I came home from work one day. I told her she didn't have to leave. She could stay as long as she wanted. You know, she's more than welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home from work one day and she was gone. So she didn't take like,
Didn't take nothing.
she didn't, like they just reminded me, she didn't
even
take anything.
less checks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So without checks and without check and clothes, then that brings us to we don't feel as though she actually left the area, that she did not go to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And
we had called her friend too, and she never found, she never heard from her.
okay. And just to bring, you know, kind of, you know, some geographical area into it, my understanding is you lived in Royse at the time?
Royse City.
Okay.
We do.
And so Royse City is about 30 minutes from Hot Cove.
Yeah,
Okay.
about 15 miles.
Tell me about the Nook Bar. How does this play into the story?
It's just one of the hangouts that she always goes. A lot of those bars aren't even named the same what they used to be, or some of them are even shut down. But she'd go throughout. Those were just her hangouts as we were kids.
So let's talk about that. So 37 at the time when she goes missing, potentially bar hopping. This is her normal routine, as what you're referencing. Tell me about her dating habits and guys, and I need to start painting a picture as to what I need to start thinking about as I'm out here looking in these different areas.
She had lots of boyfriends.
Yeah.
And in asking that question, I never want to ask the wrong question, especially, something so sensitive as this, especially if, as a mother and a sister. But this is what I'm trying to get to is, would it be unlikely that she would end up in the backseat of a car somewhere at some of these Lover Lane areas by chance, and something might go amiss where something went too far, and this gentleman had to, dispose of the car and the vehicle? Is this...
Yes.
Okay. Anything within her past as far as any pills? But we understand the bar hopping and alcohol.
Main thing was
All right,
just-
and is it alcoholism or just, just the social? So do we have pills that are involved at the time?
Not very
No,
often.
she
Once in a
was-
while she would do other things, but mostly just alcohol.
Okay.
And when she left, she was like in that picture. She was real good, feeling good, beautiful.
Okay.
Got all her looks back and everything because when I went and got her, she was really sick.
Okay.
And then, like I said, she was beautiful.
When we do come into this, we look at it as what are the most likely accident scenes? Did she come down to a boat ramp? And, just within this small radius, we have this boat ramp here. We have another one over here at 2 Mile. We have the other one on the other side of the bridge. We have, the little lookout point on the south side of the bridge.
That one's new and this one's new.
Yeah, this was not here at
We're
the
up to all
time.
the old places, and plus some of them were even shut down. Now you can't get access into it, but it used to be open.
Okay.
The one, I think, since you hung out in Hot Cove a lot with that guy,
Right.
there used to be a community boat ramp and park in that community. It's closed to the public now,
Okay.
but it's still
We
there.
went
I
around
don't
and
know.
we couldn't even find it in there.
Yeah,
the
it's
other
back
day.
by the water tower.
And so we'll start going over that today. We're investigating this together today. Yeah, what was open then? What was not? What types of dead-end roads happened to exist back then that are still there today or not there today, that we can take a look at those. Did she happen to go to one of these that, after a bar? What if she went to go unwind and just enjoy, the water on her own? What if she didn't go on her own and, something more sinister happened as well? So these are all things that we needed to take a look at. Or, what if she was driving over 35 in the same fashion that Carrie was over the 761? Is that right?
751.
751?
This is 276.
And-
And
That's
by the
possible
way,
too, because she
was always
drink
drunk.
driving a lot.
Yeah, and so what if she ended up over the causeway or the bridge in the same way?
yeah, and another thing,
Yeah,
that new bridge, 2 Mile bridge here is brand new.
okay. And digging the new one would be off to the right of where it was.
Yeah.
And so what if she ended up on the left of it? Well, let's start breaking this down then as to the most likely location. So even though this boat ramp was not here, was this road here?
No,
Okay, so all of this is brand new, and we could not get back out here to this.
no,
Area.
I believe so. And a
And
few
there's
years
all trees look like this.
and a few years back, the lake, like in 2006 or something, was real dry.
Oh yeah,
and
it
you
went
could,
way out.
you could walk out there. I remember walking around this area because this was here then, and we walked all around out there, way out.
Almost out to that dang pillar right over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from that way. Yeah.
Swanee
Dry.
Cove, that's really doesn't have a lot of water. It would have been dry if people would have seen it.
For Hot Cove as well, yeah, because I've been in the Hot Cove just around from Goodies, and yeah, that was real shallow in there. Let's come back to where we're actually at right here real quick. So let's just talk about this on where we can start our search today. So in taking a look at it, we're currently over here at the public boat ramp that was not here.
Yeah.
We have the Nook over here.
Uh-huh.
Keep them going that way.
Yeah.
Go this
This-
way. I mean.
oh,
Yep.
Sorry. There's a boat ramp somewhere. Where's the
And-
other
Right
one?
here.
And
Right
so
now
the
it's
two
here.
the 2 Mile boat ramp, has this one always been here?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Forever.
And the other bridge was over here.
On the north side.
Wasn't it over here on this side, guys?
How far
think so.
how far to the north was it? Was it part of this old, looks like this might be like the old road
Yeah.
through here?
No, that goes back to the boat ramp over
What
there.
are we talking
Yeah,
about?
but where's
2 Mile
the?
Bridge?
And the
Yeah,
old
the
bridge,
bridge
it was
It was right up against the other one.
was it on this side or
Not
this
too
side?
far, though.
This side.
Yeah.
On the north side of it.
Yeah, because the road curves there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was
There was
over
a boat
here.
ramp here somewhere.
It still is there.
Right there.
They
Yeah,
dug
right
it
here.
and made it a little
that
deeper,
had
I
been there
believe.
the whole time.
The public boat ramp on that side has always been there. The one on the other side with the peninsula is new.
Huh? No, this has always been there.
Over this way has been, but right here where they made this new
Yeah,
way,
that's new.
Oh.
that's a new.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what we'll do is, so we'll go put in over here, and we'll start our search around this entire peninsula just to make sure we clear it. And then we'll scan where the old bridge used to
They
be.
may have left that in there, that
Ye-
old bridge.
Yeah, and we'll probably see some old pilings from it. And then, tell me about these boat ramps over on the other side here. So was this,
Did you ever
Yeah,
venture over that
this
side
one on
with
this
Mert?
side was here. This place over here is new.
okay, so the north side boat ramp
It's
is
been
new.
there a long time. The boat
The
ramp,
boat
at
ramp
least.
itself has. Then
Yeah.
that little company or that little place came in there.
The trailer park thing.
Okay.
But this has been there forever. And this
Is
peninsula,
this 276 here?
no,
on
yeah.
On the edge of West Tawakoni?
Yeah.
Going towards East Tawakoni?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this one's always been here. This is all new over here.
That's the boat ramp. But here is a peninsula that used to have a business there.
Okay.
And it used to have a business. And they tore it down, and now everybody goes there
Yeah, now
and
it's like a
fishes and stuff. It's like a little,
Yeah, there's
And
one
out,
part
the,
made everybody
out
just
here
build a
is like, you can still see it. There's an old, like
What
a
you
real
got?
old boat ramp right here.
Okay. Right off of here. Okay. Now, did she have any friends that, is there any reason why she would have taken, the 276 to the east across this bridge? Did she have friends over here that we know of, by chance?
That's the thing. I don't remember ever going over there and on that side with her.
On East Tawakoni.
But
Okay.
Julie ran with her more. Did you remember anything?
Maybe.
Okay. So, potential to go across the bridge. So, we'll double check that one. Now, coming back down into Hawk Cove.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bridge
Right-
somewhere.
right-
But
right
I don't
there.
know how deep it is.
See, you come in here.
Is it right there?
No, it's right here. Come back up, sorry. Where's the 2 Mile Bridge? Where'd we
So,
go?
2 Mile Bridge is right here.
Okay, and then around here, this is that campground you guys went to, I think, and then,
There's two. Yeah, there's
Right.
sorry,
a
honey.
No worries.
park, and then across there, there's a marina.
So,
Over here there's a marina is what we're
So
trying
let's
to get at.
let's come down to Arm Point first of all. Does this happen to be like a, hey, if you're gonna go have sex in the back of a car, is this a place that one would go?
I think
I don't know it back in the day.
it's private park now,
Okay.
pretty much. It's a private park. We just went in there the other day
Okay.
to look around,
Well,
and
There's
over
a boat
here
ramp
there's
and
a
stuff. Everybody goes there to like camp
Yeah,
and
that's
fish
true.
and
Most of them are
stuff.
private now.
But I mean, you have to pay to get in.
Okay.
now, but I don't know what it was then. And then right there, across there, this is Hawk Cove's down here.
Okay.
Sorry.
And that's where the
And
road
there's
ends.
where the road ends, and there's a marina and all that. That has been there forever, but you could get into it, I think, back then
Rabbit Cove.
better. Rabbit Cove, that's
I don't
it.
know if
Yep.
it's ever dried up. But
And I don't, yeah,
it,
No,
it looks
wouldn't-
deep.
It wouldn't dry up.
it's pretty
So,
deep.
like,
Okay.
if she was drunk, she could have came down here, and it leads almost right into the lake.
Okay.
And then,
hmm
but I mean, I was young at the time, so I don't know what was there right there. But and then down there, there's like a little
Yeah, back,
cove
back.
where it has a bridge right there. Yeah.
right there.
On
There's-
Shore Drive.
Which
Yeah.
this has dried up, but I'm not sure about this.
This
But
side.
it's like if you was to drive over there, I mean, it's
This-
easy if you were drunk or anything. To
Go off.
No,
There's
no guardrail, no
no
nothing there.
guardrails or nothing.
Okay.
but a lot of people, yeah, want to go over there and fish and stuff.
Okay. So we'll want to check that out today. And then, is this a little private area then? Right here?
I don't
There's those
know.
places you went to yesterday that has all the docks.
Yeah. On that side over there, there probably was. That's where you're saying about.
Where we're at here.
This is Hawk Cove. That's that bridge leading to the marina. That
Oh,
little bridge
Shannon.
that everybody fishes on. But around here in Hawk Cove is where you're saying those private
Yeah, the Hawk Cove is more,
ramps would be, right?
yeah, it's all
You
been,
go on that Morris
There's
Street
Hawk Cove.
all the
Okay.
way,
that's where I went and
and it
picked
goes-
her up from, a house
goes
there.
down with
Okay.
There's a
Eh,
gas
That's what I
station
mean. So all around
uh,
there would be a
There's
good
there,
spot.
and then you go
Where's the
down
boat
there.
ramp in there? Do they have
I
a
don't know.
place? I think you have to go way up.
And,
in there.
and I've scanned this entire cove too. And so I know,
Oh, you have been in there
yeah,
already?
when we were looking for Carrie, we scanned that one. And then we've also scanned both sides of the causeway here,
Causeway. Oh, that's the,
where,
that-
where Carrie was.
oh, okay,
Yep.
okay.
That's by Goodie.
Okay. Well, I think that we have a good starting point today then. We're going to we're going to head over here to 2 Mile boat ramp, and we're just going to scan both sides of where that old bridge was at. We'll check out both of these, the newer boat ramp as well as the old boat ramp over here. And then we're going to come back over here. I'm really interested in, even though it's private now, you have a lot of potential access points.
Yeah,
That-
it's all open.
Yeah.
And then,
And so we'll
Then everything Yeah,
Where,
Yeah.
where are you talking
all
about?
The arm point.
At the arm point. So we'll come down and we'll scan that. We'll come into Rabbit Cove.
Yeah,
We'll scan that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll come back up to load the boat up, and then we'll make our way back around and we'll come back over here to the shoreline. The timing on this, we're just going to be in the boat for probably the next 3-4 hours before we make our way over here to Shoreline Drive. So you're welcome to hang out at the boat ramp. There's not a whole lot going on. We'll update you along the way with anything if we find anything.
Okay.
And like I said, we'll work until the sun starts to set this evening. If we don't find anything, then we'll pick it up again tomorrow as well. Well, fingers crossed. I wish I could give every family the answers that they really need, but if anything, you're going to have answers today regardless.
Nobody expects perfection.
If anything, this is the most that we've gotten from anything.
I mean, when I reported her missing,
thank you. So even if you don't find, even if you don't find her, y'all have given us a little bit of hope more than anybody else has. So
Good.
thank you.
I'm glad we could help. So.
Yeah. And more drive to maybe figure out alternatives ourselves too, because
Good.
we
Yeah.
we give up.
realize when somebody disappears, you're not hanging with them all the time, so you really don't know where they do go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how off-putting it is to just not really have any idea.
Yeah. Well, if anything, we'll have answers as to where she is or is not today for you, and that way we can keep working down, your list and other potential locations that we're also interested in as well.
That's it.
We were just trying to find places to.
Okay.
Yeah,
That she
there-
might have not.
These are private though.
I don't know where you're planning on going in, but there's 2 marinas over there. There's that part.
We'll put in at the 2 mile, and then we'll actually run around to Rabbit Cove, and then we'll come back up and around. Is what we'll end up doing. So
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I'm glad Trisha put us in contact with you all.
Well, good.
Yes.
You're welcome.
That was wonderful.
All right, we're gonna move over there, and like I said, you're welcome to hang with us all day if you want, or
Okay.
come and back, or whatever works out best for you guys. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll see you over there.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
We thank you all.
Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome.
This was, up until a few years ago, this was just a 2-lane bridge. And they built this new bridge, but it basically runs in the same direction, right along the same area as this. So, but the lake had gotten down years ago to where you could actually drive a car off of that side down on the lake bed and drive around to there, all the way around to that cove at the back. But all this is new. This has been here for a long time, this part of it. But like this dock right here, I don't remember it as far as they put in this boat ramp. That used to be the old boat ramp. And, the only thing that's really changed in this area that much is just basically the new bridge. Everything else is kind of, the layout's all the same for since I've worked the lake, which is, early 90s.
Put in at the old boat ramps there. We got the new boat ramp here. Interested in just scanning around this first little cove here, and then after we do that, Doug, we'll end up heading back over here, stay on this side of the bridge, which is the north side, and we'll see if we can identify the old bridge underwater.
Oh, there's big rocks, big rocks.
And we'll scan all of that. Yeah, they were saying too, the entire lake dropped 6 feet at one point. So the thing to keep in mind also is that really we're going to be looking for anything that's in at least 10 feet of water or deeper. If it's ever at this 5-foot mark, pretty much we can just completely scratch it and skip right over it.
So should we be going further out?
Well, no, because this was 4 or 5 years ago when the lake dropped to those levels. But back in 92, 93, 94, when both Carrie and Roseanne went missing, it was at these levels that it's at right now.
Right.
So I'm just saying that if we're in 5 feet of water, there's just no reason to even be in 5 feet of water.
Okay.
All right, so we got the entire peninsula has been searched. We got the cove has been searched. It's only a few feet deep. And now we're gonna be heading over here to where the bridge is at, identifying the old bridge, new bridge. And let's scan this entire thing, Doug.
Yeah.
All right, we got something in here already.
Uh-oh. Is this the old bridge?
It could be the old bridge, so we're gonna circle back around
You
over
said
it.
it was to the left.
Or it could be a body. I don't know. Here, let's take a look. Yeah, it was off to my left just a little. No, it's off to my right. I think it's the old bridge, though. Yeah, here, I'll show you, like, what it looked like.
Yeah.
Here,
I see
take
the
a
shadow there.
No, here's what I want you to look at. So look, you got this and this that we're looking at.
Oh.
Yeah, I see it just as an old bridge. And, you know, we're only at 3.5 feet deep here, too.
No way.
Oh, yeah. It got really shallow here.
So this is definitely, one of those areas where all that would have been exposed.
Yep. Michael Chambers. The short version of the story goes is that they have supposedly cell phone breadcrumb trail data of him leaving his house and coming to the bridge, and then the cell phone goes dead. It's the speed at which a bicycle would go, and his bicycle was missing from the house as well. However, they believe that it's foul play, and the reason for that is because there was a bunch of blood in the garage, in his garage, and that it may have been staged to look like he rode his bicycle. The bicycle was never retrieved either, from my understanding. The daughter of Michael has also reached out to me, and, you know, unfortunately, without Michael being in a vehicle, which is what our specialty is,
Right.
we had nowhere to actually look for Michael or assist on it. Plus, it goes down the route of speculation as to who may have been involved, why they were involved, and it's a whole other scenario as to what ended up happening on that one.
that's pretty extreme.
Have you guys seen any cars underwater? No? A lot of these fishermen are incredible. They've been reaching out to us too. They're like, hey, Jared, we found this car. We got a hold of the local sheriff. Like, we have to continue to spread awareness, especially with the fishermen that, you know, they've spent the money on the fish finders and the boats. They're out here all the time. See something, say something. So, all right, well, keep your eyes open. If you ever see a car, make sure you report it to the county. Cool, thank you. So around this peninsula, it ended up dropping to 3 to 4 feet. And so with the water, when it went down, you know, all that was exposed. You also have right over here on the other side where the bridge was at, that gets down to 2 to 3 feet as well. So both sides where the ramps would have been or access driving into have been cleared.
Outside of this, and just asking because in investigating this, there's another lake to the west of Royse. Lavalone, is that it? Huh?
Oh, you're talking Levon?
Yeah. There's nothing that ever happened there, or no reason to go there.
Not really. I don't think that's going toward Dallas.
Yeah.
You go over 30 in that. I
Right.
don't think so.
Because then looking at the map, you have Lake Tawakoni and then you have Lake Lavone,
Yeah.
which Lake Lavone kind of looks closer,
Yeah.
but this is where all the bars were.
She never went to Levon.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
we never knew of her going that way or to the Rockwall area or anything like that.
Everything was in this
This
area.
was her stomping ground.
Okay.
And I don't know, there might have been Holbrook or Lake Fort.
Possibly East Tawakoni, Lono,
you know, that lake, Lono.
but it's still the same lake.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we'll stay close to, because anytime we come into these as well, we take a look at right now, we believe that Nook and Hot Cove was the closest, so we want to stay within this 5-mile radius right now before we expand the search to anywhere else. So, like I said, we'll head down to Arm Point right now, and as well as the Cove right around the corner, and then, like I said, 2 to 3 hours, we'll be back this direction. All right? Okay. So somewhere around here, Doug, there's supposed to be another boat ramp. I think it's right up here around the corner past the trees. And just to bring everybody up to speed here, kind of give you an idea is if you look across here, we've got the 2-mile bridge that we just got done coming across on before lunch. We then ended up coming down around this corner. We scanned right here at the Anchor Inn Marina. You can see the little peninsula that comes out where they're fishing out there right now. We've then worked our way down around the corner, and we're the little blue dot working our way down right here. And right here, where's it at? Right there is a little boat ramp. You should see it right around here. The depth of the water right here is actually 2 to 3 feet, so none of this makes any sense. But what we're looking at as we're coming down to the arm point, we're looking for anything here on Tomahawk Drive that may be close enough to get a vehicle out onto. So we're gonna be hitting more on Tomahawk Drive here as we come all the way down to Arm Point. As we come around then into Rabbit Cove, taking a look at, a potential, right off of the 3613 off into the water there at the marina. A lot of points that we're focused on right now. In fact, there's the boat ramp right there that you can see. So let's head over there right now, Doug, and see if it gets deep enough by chance.
Okay.
Then I think that instead of us going, I know I told them that we were going to be back there in 2 to 3 hours, but I think that we've got enough gas with us. I've got the can. We just continue this run, and they can find us later on tonight.
Yeah, I like that.
So, because then that's going to take us, after we come out of Rabbit Cove, there's no more roads on this one, but it's then going to drop us off into all of these little dead ends here in Hawk Cove is where this is at, and it's going to bring us onto that lane right there, the Shore Road. This is the other one that I was talking about that I've referenced a few times with the sheriff. And just
like a lover's lane type deal gone wrong.
Well, no, that Shore Lane is more of a off the side of the, like a straight up accident. Like I'm drunk DUI going right off the road there. But at the end of Hawk Cove, you have a lot of these little ones that just shoot straight to the south that could be a zoom right into the water. But as far as this boat ramp here, we're actually only at 3.5 feet deep right here. So that takes this one off of our list. But we'll continue making our way down to Arm Point.
Okay.
And so much. We got the whole Waco Bay. And just kind of making our way back over to where Carrie Parker was over here by Goody's Marina and off of the causeway here. So a lot of territory to still cover. It's 2 in the afternoon. And as far as
find Roseanne.
Yeah, as far as mileage, I mean, distance we've gone today, I think we'll make our way over to Shore Drive for that bridge. I think is where we're gonna make it today.
Yeah.
Down at the very end of Arm Point right now, old boat ramp, 5 feet, not quite deep enough in my opinion. If the lake went down 6 feet, I mean, it's a hopeful spot for sure. You can see just how it's like crumbled underneath here, underneath the water. You can see like how crumbled it is. 5.5 feet, or I'm sorry, 4.5, 5 feet. But it's clear out there, nothing. Yeah, another one marked off the list. And this is coming into Rabbit Cove now. So we'll scan both sides of Rabbit Cove. Keep this thing going, Doug. A couple years ago, the lake was actually drained down about 6 feet. Not back in 1993-94. It was at this level when Roseanne went missing. So I just want to make sure that we understand the difference in what it is that we're scanning and why we're scanning. When we're at anything over 3 feet or 3 to 4 feet, pretty much we just skip right over that area. Now there's no road that comes up into the Arm Point. That's just all bush. It's always been all bushes. There's no road at all. And so because of that, we're actually able to skip. Let me just kind of bring this up on map again so I can share with everybody why we're going to skip scanning all of the cove here. And the reason for it is we're right here right now. We just finished this boat ramp and we scanned the outside of Arm Point all the way to the point, but we're not going to be scanning over here. And the reason for it is there's just no roads, no access to get you into there. Looks like we might have something up here, so let's go scan that one. Dug up at the very end. And then we'll start scanning these ones that come into the south, and then start scanning the rest of this coming down out of Rabbit Cove here. entering the actual Hawk Cove. So Hawk Cove itself is over here, but the actual Hawk Cove is right here. And before, when we were first looking for Carrie on our first trip, we actually looked right here in Hawk Cove before we then came out here onto the causeway and found Carrie right here. So we have now covered all of this, all the way around here, all the way up over to where the nook was at. And if the Wi-Fi kicks in, anyway, right here is where we started this morning. So we definitely covered a lot of territory. It's 5:54 p.m. This last cove right here is about 7.5 feet deep right here. And we're looking for one last little entry point that I want to check out. Right up here, it looks like there's one last one that we can sneak into. We'll double check that. And then the rest of this cove, I've already scanned and searched. Other than that, we're gonna be back for day 2, but let's go talk to the family also in just a minute. So similar to lunch, great news as to where she is not, is where we're at right now on this one. You know, so we covered everything from both sides of 2 Mile Bridge, as you know, all the boat ramps over there, and every little inlet, and everything from 2 Mile all the way over here. Now Hawk Cove I didn't do a second time because I did that the first time we were here with Carrie. But everything else up to Hawk Cove, we did. You know, we looked at the Google Earth and we looked at every little, you know, hidden access road that also came off these peninsulas, and, you know, lovers lanes, and every dead end road that came off to it, and everything has been searched. So I can look at all of you in the eye and I can say, we can no longer, you know, there's no reason to look there anymore. So in looking at the map, you know, some of the locations, you know, one is I want to take a look at, you know, your list. I'm sure that you guys may have come up with a few more ideas today, maybe as well, that you added to your. No, that's okay. For your. So I do want to take a look at those locations that you had that we may not have touched on today, and then for tomorrow's plan, let me just bring this up, if it'll come up.
There is another thing like this down there.
Yeah, Duck Cove.
Yeah. So Duck Cove is where I want to.
That way.
Yeah. So Duck Cove is where I would like to start tomorrow.
Got a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of ways to get to the lake. I think.
Yeah. So let's do this. So let's start tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Over at Duck Cove. We'll hit that boat ramp over. So we'll do the boat ramp that's on the other side.
The public boat ramp on this lake this way?
No, not here.
Oh, I know, but on the other.
On the yes, in Duck Cove on the other side. So you have the next bridge, and there was one on the other side, if I'm correct.
Right across from Duck Cove Grocery.
Correct. So once we cross the bridge.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And it's going to be on the right-hand side. So let's meet there at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And let's see if we have any new success tomorrow. So the weather's starting to kick in again already today. You know, it's not going to knock us off the water right now.
Holy moly.
Why is your magnet still in the water?